Hello, my name is Nigel Davis, and for my Educational Technology 6010 course, I'm going to speak about the topic of digital citizenship. For the first unit, I will talk about digital citizenship to give a definition of what it is and briefly what it covers. I will also touch on the other content that will be in the following units. So, digital citizenship, what is it? Basically, you could define it by stating that it is the concept of educating all technology users about how to use technology both in a safe and appropriate manner. As there are rules to abide by in everyday life, there are also rules or standards in which digital users should govern themselves accordingly. So I'm looking at some ways to understand digital citizenship. There is a lot that can go into being a good digital citizen. There's a lot of information online, a lot of resources. But however, overall, no matter where you get information on the topic, there are some key points that pretty much stay the same. Having a proactive knowledge on what to do as a digital citizen can go a long way into helping you safely navigating the internet. So let's talk about some types of proactive knowledge. Having proactive knowledge, and by proactive, I mean the foresight ahead of time to do these things, knowledge on how to deal with passwords. Digital citizens should know how to create secure passwords in order to protect their personal information, such as bank accounts, credit card accounts, email, social media accounts, you name it. Of course, some accounts should warrant a higher level of security than others, especially when you're dealing with your bank information, your email, which can have a lot of personal information as well, and definitely your credit card accounts. You never want to use the same password for all sites because if it's compromised, it can compromise. It compromises in one, it compromises everything. Dealing with private information. This should be protected and not freely given out while on a computer or smart device. Private information is anything that can identify you. Examples are your home address and your phone number. These things can be used to figure out who you are. Some people, they're very good on doing things like reverse Google searches in order to get your identity. So these are things to be aware of. And of course, personal information. Now, this is not the same as private information. It's not as secretive, but do you really want everyone knowing your favorite foods, favorite movies, who your siblings? Still, creative people, scammers out there, can still use this information against you in certain ways. So that is something else that you may want to safeguard. All right, continuing with the types of proactive knowledge. Permissions. So do users know when and how to properly cite work they want to use for a project? Having the proactive knowledge to understand when you need to cite sources that you're using for whatever purposes is a very proactive thing to have as a digital citizen. Protection. Users should understand how to safeguard themselves from things such as malware attacks or other viruses that can get onto your computer and wreak havoc. Knowing when you probably shouldn't open suspicious files. So this takes a lot of updating sometimes, but ultimately it comes down to not just clicking on things that pop up on your screen or being wary of emails that don't really make sense or you're not sure where they're sent from. You can just click on a PowerPoint or click on any link that promises to take you to access free money or anything of that nature, and then they can be into your computer, pulling your files, accessing all sorts of things, especially if you're on a school website. It could also compromise the entire system. So very serious matter dealing with protecting yourself and others, which is a very good thing to as a digital citizen that you should be looking to do. So transitioning over to experiential knowledge. Having some proactive understandings is a good basis, but to take it to another level, some users need to experience other things in order to enhance their digital citizenship, such as turning students into teachers. Have students create tutorials or presentations on solving common problems. This encourages students to research more information and spread the information to others. And as you know, peers sometimes take information better from other peers. And also, to enhance this even further, collaborative learning communities. Working with others on a local or a global level to share different ideas and viewpoints in order to solve problems. This is a very big component of digital citizenship, as it takes you into a point where you're not only thinking about ways to safeguard and be protected, safe, responsible digital citizen, you're also worried about the feelings, the cultural differences, and the safety of others that you work with. So this is the end of just a quick synopsis of Unit 1. Again, you'll find in my resources that I'll have a lot more information, elaborating a little bit more on what I talked about here, and even going further. So what's to come after Unit 1? This course will also discuss digital equity, which will be in Unit 2. Safe, healthy, legal, and ethical technology use, which will be in Unit 3. And finally, diversity, cultural understanding, and global awareness in Unit 4. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.